I'll be able to hang in there.
What was the injury?
On my knee.
What's going on, guys? It's Justin, back with another video, and today we're going to get into the Packers free agency signings. To start off the day, the Packers signed former 49er guard Aaron Banks to a 4-year, $77 million deal. The 27-year-old was thought of as one of the top guards available in free agency. So let's start off with the good. According to Eli on Twitter, over the last 2 years he's played 1,068 blocking snaps and only has given up 1 sack. Now ESPN credits him with 3 sacks, but he has a 91.7% pass block win rate this past season and has had an 89.9% rate over his entire career, which is really good. Though he hasn't been as good in the run blocking. He's posted only a career 66.5% run block win rate, and he has also dealt with a number of injuries. He finished this past season on IR with an MCL injury, and he has also dealt with a concussion in the past, as well as issues with his toe. PFF has also graded him out in the 60s for each year of his career. Not particularly good. As far as my opinion goes, I don't think this signing makes a whole lot of sense. I don't think offensive lineman was such a big need, as Jordan Love was the least sacked QB in the NFL last season, and the Packers' O-line was actually one of the best at pass blocking across the entire NFL. And they are retaining 4 out of their 5 starters, plus they're getting a healthy Jordan Morgan who should be ready to play in 2025. I think that money could have been put to bigger needs. I'm sure they'll take a lineman at some point in the draft, but they cannot be spending premium picks on that position at this point. The Packers also signed slot corner Nate Hobbs to a 4-year, $48 million deal. The 6'1", 25-year-old corner was solid in both run and pass game for the Raiders. He had the 11th best coverage EPA amongst all DBs that saw 40-plus targets last season and is in the top 10 amongst cornerbacks for defensive run grade and defensive stops in his career. PFF did have him giving up a career passer rating of a 102.1 plus 9 touchdowns and 50 missed tackles, though they did score him and grade him out well this past season. I am much more of a fan of this signing rather than the Aaron Banks signing, as Nate Hobbs should be the starting slot corner day 1, and I hope they keep Jair and play Valentine opposite of him, though I know Nixon will be one of the starting outside corners come week 1. And I know a lot of people wanted DJ Reed, but the Packers might have preferred the taller and longer Nate Hobbs. They also got him a bit cheaper than what DJ Reed went for. It will be interesting to see how those two compare starting this season. This also brings the question about what will they do with Javon Bullard. Bullard mainly played the slot last season, but he is at best the number 3 safety on the team. And he wasn't particularly great in the nickel either. They just put him there so they could get him on the field. Jeff Hafley has some decisions to make. A couple other notes before the end of the video. I still think they need a wide receiver, and I'm sure the Packers front office agrees. Devontae, DK, and T are all scheduled to make $24 million or more this upcoming season, and I don't think the Packers were ever giving up that type of money, and I don't blame them either. I still think the Packers need some mid-tier receiver from free agency, but they are running out of options. I'm sure they'll draft at least 1 or 2 wide receivers, but they still need to add to the room with Christian Watson being out for most of the year. The last note is that defensive tackle TJ Slayton signed a 2-year, $15.1 million deal with the Jaguars, leaving the Packers. And that's all for this video. I'm eager to see if anything more happens in the next few days, and then it is on to draft season.